The man in the ring is dying for a little girl who calls him Appa. Nya Carter doesn't know it yet, but that little girl is hers. The warehouse in Muledong smells like blood and desperation. 200 men scream as Kang Ryu-jin takes a knee to the ribs that should crack bone. He doesn't go down. Can't go down. $50,000. That's what this fight is worth. The final payment for Min Seo's surgery. His daughter has 2 weeks before her heart gives out completely. 2 weeks before the congenital defect that's been slowly killing her since birth finally wins. 2 weeks before Ryu-jin loses the only thing in this world that matters. Nya shouldn't be here. She's a nursing student drowning in debt, working 3 jobs, sleeping 4 hours a night. Her father's funeral was 6 months ago and the bills are still coming. Her roommate Mina got her this gig, $10,000 to patch up a fighter for one night. No questions asked. $10,000 means her dad's gravestone gets paid off. Means she stops eating convenience store kimbap for every meal. Means she survives another month in a city that's chewing her up. But the man in the ring isn't surviving. He's dying. The fighter they call the Beast has scars like a roadmap of violence. Black tattoos covering every inch of exposed skin. Dragons coiling up his neck, geometric patterns across his chest, Korean characters running down his spine. His knuckles are split open. His left eye is swelling shut. Blood runs from his nose, his mouth, a cut above his eyebrow. His opponent, a Mongolian heavyweight who outweighs him by 50 pounds, grins. Smells blood in the water, smells victory. Ryu-jin raises his fists. His legs shake. His breathing is ragged. He's taken too much damage. But he doesn't quit. The crowd counts down. Finish him! Finish him! Finish him! The heavyweight charges. A sledgehammer right hook aimed at Ryu-jin's skull. Ryu-jin doesn't dodge, doesn't block. Takes the hit straight to the jaw. His head snaps back. His body follows. He goes down hard. Concrete unforgiving. The impact echoes through the warehouse like a gunshot. The count starts. 1, 2, 3. Nya watches from the corner. Medical bag heavy in her hands, heart hammering in her chest. She sees the way Ryu-jin's hand opens and closes, grasping at nothing, grasping at everything. She sees the way his lips move. He's saying something. Nya steps closer, strains to hear over the roaring crowd. Min Seo ya. Appa's sorry. Appa tried. 4, 5, 6. Nya's heart stops, because she knows that word. Appa, Daddy. This man, this broken, bleeding man killing himself in an underground fight club, has a child. 7, 8. Ryu-jin tries to stand. Gets his hands under him, pushes. His arms give out. He collapses. The heavyweight stands over him, raises his fist for the killing blow. The referee doesn't stop it. The crowd screams for blood. And Nya Carter, nursing student, 3 jobs, 4 hours of sleep, daughter of a dead man she couldn't save. Moves. She doesn't think, doesn't plan, just drops her medical bag and runs. Ducks under the rope. Sprints across blood-slicked concrete. Throws herself between Ryu-jin and the heavyweight. Stop! Her voice cuts through the noise like a blade. The warehouse goes silent. 200 men staring at the small black woman in scrubs, standing between a killer and his kill. The heavyweight blinks. Confused. The referee tries to grab her. Get out of the ring! Nya shoves him off. He's done! You want to watch him die? Because that's what happens if this continues. A man in an expensive suit climbs into the ring. Older, silver hair, cold eyes. The fight promoter. You just cost me 2,000,000 won, he says quietly. Nya's mouth goes dry, but she doesn't move. Behind her, Ryu-jin is barely conscious, breathing shallow, bleeding from everywhere. Then kill me, Nya says. But I'm not letting you kill him. The promoter studies her, then smiles. It doesn't reach his eyes. You stop the fight. So you fix him, completely. He fights again in 3 days or you both disappear. Understand? Nya understands. She just signed her own death warrant. I understand. She helps Ryu-jin out of the ring. His weight nearly crushes her. She's 5'6", he's 6'3" and 200 pounds of muscle and damage. They make it to the back room. Naya drops him on a folding chair, starts assessing damage with shaking hands. Dislocated shoulder, fractured orbital bone, broken ribs, at least 3. Concussion, lacerations everywhere. Why? Ryu Jin's voice is barely a whisper. Why what? Why stop the fight? Naya looks at him, really looks at him, sees the exhaustion, the resignation, the certainty that he was going to die in that ring. Because you have a daughter, Naya says quietly, and she needs you alive. Ryu Jin's eyes fill with tears. He doesn't let them fall. Min Seo? Is that her name? He nods. She's 3. She has a heart condition, congenital defect. She needs surgery. His voice breaks. $50,000. I'm 8,000 short. This fight would have covered it. Nia's chest tightens. So you were going to die for $8,000? I was going to die trying to save my daughter. The words hang between them. Nia makes a decision she'll regret and cherish for the rest of her life. I'll help you. Ryu Jin blinks. What? 3 days. I'll get you healthy enough to fight, and I'll make sure you survive it. Why would you do that? Nia thinks about her father, about holding his hand while he died because they couldn't afford the treatment that would have saved him, about being helpless, about watching someone you love slip away, because no child should lose their father when I can stop it. Before we go any further, I need to know, have you ever made a choice that changed everything? A split-second decision that you couldn't take back? Drop your story in the comments. I read every single one. And if you're already feeling this, if Nia and Ryu Jin and little Min Seo have you in your feelings, hit that like button so I know you're here for this journey. Subscribe to Seoul Heart Stories because I promise you, this story is going to break your heart and put it back together in ways you never saw coming. Let's keep going. Naya takes Ryu Jin home, not to his place. He refuses. Not safe. People know where I live. So she takes him to her 4th-floor walk-up in Itaewon, the apartment she shares with Minna. 1,200 square feet of peeling linoleum and radiators that clank. She gets him inside, drops him on the couch. Minna isn't home. Thank God. Naya spreads plastic sheeting, grabs her medical kit. Shirt off. Ryu Jin doesn't move. His eyes are distant. Somewhere else. Hey. Naya touches his face. Gently. Stay with me. Shirt off. She cuts it off. The fabric falls away, reveals a body mapped in violence and art. The tattoos are everywhere. Dragons breathing fire up his ribs. Geometric patterns across his shoulders. Korean characters running down his spine. But it's the scars that stop Naya's breath. Knife wounds, bullet graze, burns. Years of damage written in scar tissue, and over his heart, a name. Seo-yeon, Seo-yeon. Your wife? Nia asks quietly. Ryu Jin's jaw tightens. She died 3 years ago. Childbirth complications. Min Seo's mother. Yes. Silence. Nia presses the dislocated shoulder. Tests range of motion. This is going to hurt. Everything hurts. I mean really hurt. I know. She relocates the shoulder with one sharp movement. Ryu Jin doesn't scream, just breathes. Controlled, practiced. Naya wraps his ribs, tapes his hand, stitches the cut above his eye with steady hands. You've done this before, Ryu Jin says. Army medic, 2 years before nursing school. His eyes snap to hers. Army? Combat medic, Afghanistan. I patched up soldiers under fire. She finishes the last stitch. So trust me when I say, you're not the worst thing I've seen. What made you leave? Nia's hands still. My dad got sick, cancer. I came home to take care of him. By the time he died, I'd been out too long to re-enlist. I'm sorry. Me too. Naya finishes bandaging him. Where's Min Seo now? My neighbor, Mrs. Han. She watches her when I fight. Does she know what you're doing? She knows I'm trying to save my daughter. That's all that matters. Ryu Jin tries to stand. Naya pushes him back down. You're not going anywhere tonight. You have a concussion. You need rest. I need to see my daughter. Tomorrow. Tonight you rest or you'll be useless in 3 days. Ryu Jin's eyes close. You're bossy. You're stubborn. We're going to have problems. Naya almost smiles. Probably. That night, Naya can't sleep. She lies on the floor of her living room, gave Ryu Jin the couch, and stares at the ceiling. Thinks about the way he said his daughter's name. Min Seo. Like a prayer, like an anchor, like the only thing keeping him alive. Naya knows that feeling. She felt it every day for 6 months while her father died by inches. The desperation, the helplessness, the bargaining with God. Please, just let me save him. I'll do anything. God didn't listen. Her father died anyway. But maybe she can save someone else's father. Morning comes too fast. Naya wakes to find Ryu Jin already awake, sitting on the couch, staring at his phone. The screen shows a photo. A little girl, maybe 3 years old. Round face, huge eyes, biggest smile Nia's ever seen. She's wearing a hospital gown, tubes in her nose, wires connected to her chest. But she's laughing, pure joy despite everything. Nia's heart cracks. That's her? Ryu Jin doesn't look up. That's my Min Seo. Can I meet her? The words come out before Nia can stop them. Ryu Jin finally looks up. Why? Because? Nia doesn't know how to explain it. The pull she feels. The inexplicable need to see this child with her own eyes. Because if I'm going to help you survive for her, I should know who I'm fighting for. Ryu Jin studies her face for a long moment, then nods. She's at Seoul National Hospital, pediatric cardiology. They're keeping her stable until the surgery. Let's go. Seoul National Hospital smells like antiseptic and fear. Naya knows these hallways. Did her clinical rotations here before dropping out when her dad got sick. They take the elevator to the 7th floor. Pediatric cardiology. Ryu Jin walks faster now, ignoring his injuries, ignoring the pain. A father going to his child. They reach room 714. Ryu Jin pushes open the door. Appa! The little girl in the hospital bed lights up like the sun. Appa! She tries to sit up. Ryu Jin crosses the room in 3 strides. Easy, baby, easy! He scoops her up, careful of the wires and tubes, holds her against his chest like she's made of glass. I missed you, Appa. I missed you more. Impossible. I missed you more. Ryu Jin laughs. The sound is broken and beautiful. Morer isn't a word. It is now. Naya stands in the doorway, watching, and something happens. Something she can't explain. The moment Min Seo looks at her, the moment their eyes meet, Nia feels like she's been hit in the chest, like recognition, like coming home, like, "Who's that, Appa?" Min Seo's voice is curious, not scared, just interested. Ryu Jin glances at Nia. This is Naya. She's a nurse. She's helping Appa get better. Min Seo tilts her head, studies Naya with those huge dark eyes, then smiles. You're pretty. Naya's throat closes. Thank you. So are you. I know. The confidence, the joy. Despite the hospital gown and the tubes and the death sentence hanging over her head, this child is radiant. Naya steps closer. Can I sit? Min Seo nods enthusiastically. Nia sits on the edge of the bed. The little girl immediately reaches for her, touches Nia's locks with gentle fingers. Your hair is so pretty, like a princess. You think so? I know so. Can I touch it? Nia's heart is breaking. Of course. Min Seo runs her small hands through Nia's locks, fascinated, delighted. It's soft. I thought it would be hard. A lot of people think that. People are silly. Nia laughs. It comes out choked. Yeah, they really are. Ryu Jin watches them. Nia can feel his eyes on her. When she looks up, his expression is unreadable. Min Seo, ya, can you do Appa a favor? Anything. Can you show Nia your drawings, the ones we made yesterday? Min Seo's face lights up. Oh, yes. She reaches for the folder on her bedside table. Ryu Jin hands it to her. The little girl pulls out sheet after sheet of crayon drawings. This is me and Appa at the park. This is me and Appa eating ice cream. This is me and Appa and Iyama in heaven. She points to a figure with wings. That's my Iyama. She's an angel now. She watches me from the sky. Nia's vision blurs. That's beautiful. Appa says Iyama loved me very much, even though she had to leave. I'm sure she did. Minseo looks at Nia seriously. Do you have a Iyama? I did. She died when I was young. Then we match. We both have angel Iyamas. She reaches out, takes Nia's hand. Her tiny fingers wrap around Nia's. And Nia breaks. They leave the hospital an hour later. Minseo fell asleep mid-conversation, exhaustion claiming her. Ryu-jin tucked her in with the tenderness of a man who knows every moment might be the last. Now they walk through Seoul in silence. Finally, Nia speaks. How long has she been sick? Since birth. The doctors said it was a miracle she survived the delivery. Ryu-jin's voice is flat, emotionless. Seo-yeon hemorrhaged. They had to choose. Save the mother or save the baby. Seo-yeon made them choose Minseo. I'm so sorry. Don't be. Seo-yeon got what she wanted. Our daughter lived. He stops walking. But if I can't pay for the surgery, Minseo dies anyway, and Seo-yeon's sacrifice means nothing. What's the surgery? Full heart transplant. She's on the waiting list, but her blood type is rare. AB negative. They found a donor in Japan. Private sale. $50,000. Naya's stomach drops. Organ trafficking? I don't care where it comes from. I care that it saves my daughter. Ryu-jin, don't. His voice hardens. Don't judge me. You don't know what it's like to watch your child die and be helpless to stop it. Nia goes still. Because she does know. She watched her father die for 6 months. Watched him waste away because they couldn't afford experimental treatment. Watched him apologize with his last breath for being a burden. You're right, Nia says quietly. I don't know what it's like to watch my child die, but I know what it's like to lose someone I love because money mattered more than life. She meets his eyes. So I'm going to help you get that $50,000. And I'm going to make sure you survive long enough to see your daughter grow up. The next 2 days are brutal. Nia transforms her apartment into a recovery ward. She wraps Ryu-jin's ribs every morning, makes him drink protein shakes that taste like chalk, forces him to rest even when he wants to train. You're not healing if you're destroying yourself. I need to be ready. You need to be alive. They fight constantly, and somewhere in the fighting, something shifts. Naya starts visiting Minseo every afternoon, brings her books, plays games, sits with her when Ryu-jin is training. The little girl latches onto her immediately. Nia Uni, can you braid my hair like yours? Nia Uni, do you like strawberries? They're my favorite. Nia Uni, will you still visit me after my surgery? And every time Minseo calls her Uni, big sister, Nia's heart breaks and heals simultaneously. Because this child feels like hers. She can't explain it, can't rationalize it. But when she holds Minseo, when the little girl falls asleep in her arms, Nia feels complete. You're good with her. Ryu-jin's voice startles her. They're in Minseo's hospital room. The little girl is asleep. Naya's holding her hand. She's easy to love. She thinks you're an angel. Nia smiles sadly. I'm not. You are to us. The words hang between them. Ryu-jin sits on the other side of the bed. I don't know how to thank you. For everything. You don't have to. Yes, I do. You stopped your life to save mine. To save hers. He reaches across the bed. Takes Nia's free hand. Why? Nia looks at Minseo's sleeping face. Because some people are worth saving, even when they've given up on themselves. That night, Nia can't sleep. She pulls out her laptop. Types in search terms she's avoided for 4 years. Egg donation Seoul 2021. Donor egg recipients Korea. Fertility clinic records. She doesn't know why she's searching. Just a feeling. A pull. An impossible thought that won't leave her alone. 4 years ago, Naya donated her eggs. Her father had just been diagnosed. Stage 4 cancer. Experimental treatment was $300,000. The fertility clinic paid $20,000 for her eggs. She was 21. Desperate, willing to do anything. The clinic said the eggs would go to couples who couldn't conceive. Said she'd never know who received them. Said it was completely anonymous. Nia never thought about it again. Until now. Until Min Seo. She finds the clinic website, Seoul Fertility Center, clicks through to the donor registry. Her hands shake as she enters her information. The page loads. Donor Y4782, Niac, eggs. Retrieved. 14 viable embryos. 8 successful implantations. 1 live birth. 1 Nia's heart stops. She clicks the link. It requires a password. She tries everything. Nothing works. She needs to know. Needs to know. She grabs her phone, calls the clinic. Seoul Fertility Center, how may I help you? I was an egg donor in 2021. I need information about the recipient. I'm sorry, that information is confidential. Please, it's an emergency. Unless you have a court order. Nia hangs up, stares at the screen. 1 live birth, 4 years ago. Min Seo is 3 years old. The math fits. The blood type fits. Nia is AB negative. The inexplicable connection fits. No, it's impossible. Seoul has 10 million people. Thousands of egg donations happen every year. It can't be. But Nia's heart knows. Somehow, impossibly, Min Seo is hers. I need you to stop for a second, because what's about to happen is going to destroy you. Have you ever discovered a truth that changed everything you thought you knew? A secret that reframed your entire world? Drop your story below. And if you're feeling what I'm feeling right now, if your heart is racing, hit that subscribe button. Because this story is about to go somewhere you never saw coming. Let's keep going. Fight day arrives too fast. Ryu Jin is healed enough to move. To fight. But Nia knows the truth now. And she can't tell him. How do you tell a man that the woman helping him is the biological mother of his child? How do you tell him his late wife used donor eggs? How do you tell him you've been lying by omission? You don't. So Nia stays silent and goes to the fight. The warehouse is packed tonight. 3 times as many people, 10 times as much money. The promoter sees them arrive. Smiles. Good. You kept him alive. Impressive. He hands Ryu Jin a piece of paper. Your opponent, Park Dae-sung, former Olympic boxer, undefeated in underground circuits. Ryu Jin takes the paper. And if I win, $50,000, cash, tonight. Exactly what he needs. The promoter leans in. But you won't win. Park is here to make an example of fighters who think they can disrespect my ring. He walks away. Nia grabs Ryu Jin's arm. This is a setup. I know. They want you dead. I know. Then why? Because Min Seo has 1 week left. This is my only chance. The fight starts. Park Dae-sung is everything they said. Fast, technical, brutal, efficient. He circles Ryu Jin like a predator. The first punch breaks Ryu Jin's nose. Blood sprays. The crowd roars. The second punch cracks his already healed ribs. The third drops him to 1 knee. Nia screams from the corner. Get up, Ryu Jin, get up! He looks at her, blood running down his face, and he mouths 2 words. I'm sorry. Round 2 is worse. Park is playing with him now, targeting old injuries, breaking him piece by piece. Ryu Jin stops defending, just takes the hits, waiting for it to end. And Nia can't watch. Can't watch the father of her biological child die in front of her. Can't watch Min Seo lose the only parent she has left. Can't. Park hits Ryu Jin with an uppercut that lifts him off his feet. Ryu Jin crashes to the ground. Doesn't move. The count starts. 1, 2, 3. Nia's vision narrows. 4, 5, 6. Her heart hammers. 7, 8. And something inside her breaks. Nia grabs a water bottle from the corner, throws it into the ring. Time out! Medical time out! The referee starts to wave her off. Nia ducks under the ropes, sprints to Ryu Jin. The promoter is screaming, "Get her out of there!" Security moves toward the ring. Naya kneels beside Ryu-jin. "Get up!" He doesn't respond. "Ryu-jin, get up!" His eyes flutter open. "Can't. Too tired." "Yes, you can. For Min Seo." "I tried. I'm sorry." Naya's eyes burn. "You don't get to give up. You don't get to die. Because if you die..." Her voice breaks. "If you die, she loses everything. Her father, her future, her life." Security reaches the ring. Hands grab Nia's arms. She fights them. "Let me go." They drag her toward the ropes. And Nia screams the truth she's been holding. "She's my daughter too!" The warehouse goes silent. Every sound dies. Ryu-jin's eyes snap open. "What?" Nia stops fighting security. Looks at Ryu-jin, tears streaming down her face. "4 years ago, I donated my eggs. Seoul Fertility Center. I was 21. My father was dying. I needed money." Her voice shakes. "1 viable birth. AB negative blood type, 3 years old." Ryu-jin's face goes white. "No, I didn't know. I swear I didn't know until 2 days ago. But the moment I saw her, the moment I held her, I knew." Naya's voice breaks completely. "She's mine, Ryu-jin. Min Seo is my daughter, and I am not losing her, which means I'm not losing you." Security releases her. Everyone is staring. The promoter looks furious. Park looks confused. And Ryu-jin is crying. "You're her mother." Not a question, a realization. Biologically, yes. Seo-yeon never told me she used donor eggs. She probably wanted to protect you. Ryu-jin sits up, wincing. Stares at Nia like he's seeing her for the first time. "You're Min Seo's mother. Yes, and you've been helping me, helping us, because she's my child too." Naya kneels in front of him. "I gave her life. You gave her love. And now we both need to save her." She grabs his face with both hands. "So get up, fight, win, and let's go home to our daughter." Something ignites in Ryu-jin's eyes. He stands. Naya helps him to his feet. The referee starts to protest. Naya turns to him, and her voice is steel. "Ring the bell." "You can't." "I said ring the goddamn bell." The referee looks at the promoter. The promoter, for reasons Nia will never understand, nods. The bell rings. Round 3. Ryu-jin is still hurt, still bleeding, still broken. But something has changed. He's not fighting to die anymore. He's fighting to live. For Min Seo, for Nia, for the impossible family they've become. Park comes at him hard. Ryu-jin dodges. First time all fight. Park swings again. Ryu-jin blocks, counters. A jab to the solar plexus that makes Park grunt. The crowd murmurs. Ryu-jin starts moving, really moving. Not the sluggish brawler from the first 2 rounds. Something faster, sharper. He slips Park's jab, counters with a hook to the ribs. Park staggers. Nia screams from the corner. "Yes, that's it, finish him!" But Park isn't done. He's a champion for a reason. He catches Ryu-jin with a devastating combination. Ryu-jin's head snaps back. He drops to one knee again. The crowd roars. Park raises his fists in premature victory. And Nia makes a decision. She climbs into the ring. Doesn't ask permission, just moves. Security tries to stop her. She drops the first one with a combat move from her army days. Sweep the leg. Drive the elbow. He goes down hard. The second guard hesitates. Nia glares at him. "Don't." He backs off. Nia crosses to Ryu-jin. Park starts toward her. She turns, and her voice is lethal. "You touch me, you lose more than this fight." Something in her eyes makes him stop. Nia kneels beside Ryu-jin. "Remember what you told me? That you don't know how to be soft, how to be safe." He nods weakly. "You're wrong. You know exactly how. I've watched you with Min Seo. You're the gentlest man I've ever seen." She takes his face in her hands. "But right now, I need you to be hard, to be dangerous, to be the beast everyone's afraid of." "I'm tired. I know, but she's waiting for us, our daughter, and she needs us both." Nia kisses him. hard and fast and desperate. Get up, fight, win! Ryu-jin stands. The promoter is screaming about rules. Nobody's listening. The crowd is chanting now. Beast! 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 The referee looks helpless. Park is furious. And Ryu-jin. Ryu-jin becomes something else entirely. He doesn't wait for the bell, just charges. Park barely gets his hands up. Ryu-jin hits him with everything, every ounce of fear, every drop of desperation, every second of the last 3 years of grief and pain and impossible love for a daughter who's dying. Park tries to defend. Can't. Ryu-jin is everywhere at once. Jab, cross, hook, uppercut, combination after combination. Park's guard breaks. Ryu-jin hits him with a right hook that echoes through the warehouse like a gunshot. Park drops. The referee counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The crowd explodes. Ryu-jin collapses to his knees. Naya is there immediately, catching him, holding him. You did it, you did it. Ryu-jin wraps his arms around her and breaks, sobs into her shoulder like a child. I thought I'd lost. I know, but you didn't. We didn't. Naya holds him tighter. We're going to save her, together. The promoter hands over the money. $50,000 cash. Doesn't say a word. Just looks at Nia with something like respect. They leave the warehouse together. Ryu-jin can barely walk. Nia supports most of his weight. Hospital first, then Minseo. No, Minseo first. Ryu-jin, please. Nia nods. They reach Seoul National Hospital at midnight. Take the elevator to the 7th floor, room 714. Minseo is awake, sitting up in bed. Mrs. Han, the neighbor, is with her. The little girl sees them through the door window. Appa, Naya uni! Ryu-jin opens the door. Minseo launches herself at him. He catches her with a grunt of pain. Doesn't let go. I won, baby. Appa won. Minseo pulls back, touches his face. You're hurt. I'm okay. Promise. Promise. She looks at Naya. Did you help him? Naya's throat closes. Yes. Thank you for keeping my Appa safe. She reaches for Nia. Naya takes her, holds her, and feels complete. Ryu-jin pulls out the envelope of cash, hands it to Mrs. Han. Can you give this to Dr. Kim? Tell him we're ready for the surgery. Mrs. Han takes it, eyes wide. You got it. All of it. Every one. She looks at Nia, at Ryu-jin, at Minseo between them, and smiles. I'll tell him right now. She leaves. The three of them sit on the hospital bed. Minseo between her two parents, neither of whom know how to explain this yet. Minseo ya, Ryu-jin says gently. Appa needs to tell you something. What? He looks at Nia. She nods. You know how we talk about your Iyama? How she's an angel watching you from heaven? Yes. Iyama loved you so much that she made sure you'd have everything you needed. Including, he struggles. Naya takes over. Including another person to love you. A long time ago, before you were born, I helped your Iyama and Appa. I gave them something very special. I gave them you. Minseo blinks. You did? Yes. So you're like my fairy godmother. Nia laughs through tears. Something like that. Minseo thinks about this very seriously. Then, can you be my Iyama too? I know my angel Iyama won't mind. She'd want someone to hug me, and you give really good hugs. Nia breaks, pulls Minseo into her arms and sobs. Yes, yes, I can be your Iyama. If you want me. I want you. The surgery happens 1 week later, 8 hours. Naya and Ryu-jin don't leave the waiting room. They hold hands, pray, wait. Dr. Kim emerges at 4 p.m. Surgical mask pulled down. Nia stands so fast she's dizzy. Is she? She's perfect. The transplant took. She's going to be fine. Nia collapses. Ryu-jin catches her. They hold each other and cry. They see Minseo 2 hours later. She's sleeping, chest rising and falling, steadily, strongly, heart beating in perfect rhythm. Naya touches her face. Our daughter. Ryu-jin wraps his arm around Naya's waist. Our daughter. I gave her life twice, and I'll spend the rest of mine making sure she knows she's loved. They stand there, the three of them. A family born from impossible circumstances, from egg donation and underground fights, and a split-second decision to stop a man from dying. 6 months later, Min Seo is healthy, running, playing, laughing, heart strong and whole. Ryu Jin opens a gym, teaches kids self-defense, hangs up his fighting gloves forever. Naya finishes nursing school, gets a job at Seoul National Hospital, pediatric cardiology, helping other families fight for their children. They move into a bigger apartment, 3 bedrooms, windows that open, a kitchen big enough for family dinners. One night, Min Seo crawls into bed between them. "Appa? Yama?" "Yes, baby. I'm glad you found each other." Ryu Jin and Nia exchange glances. "We're glad too, because now I have the best family ever. Angel Iyama watches from heaven, and you two watch from here. I have 2 Iyamas and 1 Appa. That's more love than anyone." She snuggles between them. "I love you both, Morer." Naya kisses her head. "Morer still isn't a word." "It is when I say it." Ryu Jin laughs. "She's got you there." They lie there in the dark, their daughter between them, alive, healthy, loved. And Nia thinks about that night in the warehouse, when she threw herself between a dying man and death. When she made a choice that changed everything, when she saved the father of her child without knowing it. Some people call it fate, some call it coincidence. Naya calls it love, in all its messy, impossible, beautiful forms. "Thank you," Ryu Jin whispers in the dark. "For what?" "For not letting me die. For saving us both." Nia takes his hand over Min Seo's sleeping form. "Thank you for giving me a reason to live again." They fall asleep like that. A family, against all odds. If you made it this far, you're the real one. Hit that like button. Drop a comment telling me, did you see the twist coming? Did it destroy you like it destroyed me writing it? Subscribe to Seoul Heart Stories for more Afro-Korean romance, where broken people become whole, where love defies biology, and where family is what you make it. Where are you watching from? Drop your country below. Thank you for spending 30 minutes with Nia, Ryu Jin, and Min Seo. This is Seoul Heart Stories, where warriors become fathers, medics become mothers, and love saves lives. See you in the next story. Stay blessed.